During almost the entire course of World War II, the average Soviet soldier was in a bit of a pickle. While other nations had broad-spectrum semi-automatic weapons like the M1 Garand, Russian soldiers had access to either the slow-firing Mosin Nagant bolt-action or the iconic bullet hose PPSH-41 submachine gun. Neither choice was good overall. The Mosin Nagant couldn't provide the high-volume firepower needed for close-quarters combat, and the PPSH-41, aside from a host of ergonomic and standardization issues, couldn't hit the broadside of Sergeant Schultz at 50 paces. Village upon village of expendable soldiers the Soviets had. A versatile all-range battle rifle, they did not. During the last year of the war, Soviet gun manufacturer Mikhail Kalashnikov, inspired by the premier assault rifle, the Sturmgewehr 44, worked in secret to develop the AK-47, a gun which would become the icon of all in its class. Easily manufactured out of cheap materials, almost anyone can make an AK, and they're more durable than Jean-Claude Van Damme's inseams. The list of conditions that stop an AK from firing is almost as short as the weapon's learning curve. They're so easy to shoot, even a child could do it. And some do. The AK-47's versatility, durability, and power make it the most popular weapon on the planet, to the point where the AK-47 is now the icon of war itself. 75 million have been manufactured since 1949, and for most nations that have adopted the AK as their primary battle rifle, the adage goes, even if you drive it over with the tank, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, they did. Meet the AK-12, the brand spanking new assault rifle from Kalashnikov Concern, and the actual topic of our lesson this week, class, which is the Gage Russian weapon pack for Payday 2. We have 3 new guns, which incidentally are all manufactured in real life by the Kalashnikov Concern, which means that this weapon pack might as well be called the Kalashnikov Pack. If it weren't a copyrighted trademark that Overkill would probably have to pay out the nose for. The aforementioned AK-12, renamed the AK-17 to avoid the aforementioned copyright concerns, sets the tone of the pack. We are essentially getting slightly stat-scrambled reskins of guns we already have in the game. The AK-17 is the AK-762 with better magazine size, stability, concealment, and rate of fire. The PP-19 Bison, renamed the Tatanka, is a CR-805B with less accuracy and stability, but more ammo, and the SVD Dragunov, renamed the Grom, is a Desert Fox with a bigger magazine, faster reload, and slightly less concealment and accuracy. Aside from being hilariously similar to previous weapons, these names are also kind of funny. Tatanka is the Lakota word for buffalo, and is used as a slang term for really big girl. Grom either refers to one of Poland's elite anti-terrorism squads, or this Honda motorcycle, so take your pick. In terms of in-game function, out of all these, the Bison I find the most unique. It has the largest magazine size of any SMG so far, and it's got a really high per-bullet damage, coupled with somewhat lower stability and accuracy. The downside of having a 64-round magazine is you only have 2, and the Bison has a fairly slow reload. However, the comparatively low fire rate lets you keep your Bison on target for the entire magazine, and that combined with the high damage makes it a very ammo-efficient secondary. The Grom's best features are its near-absurd reload speed and its concealability. Like with the Compact 308 and the Desert Fox, you can run crit and dodge builds with this one. It's also going to one-shot most enemies in the head on Death Wish, and the only thing keeping it from being totally outstanding is its low fire rate. You'll have a slow but steady racking of kills with the SVD, and the reload speed is so fast that you'll barely be interrupted. The AK-17 is a high-functioning assault rifle, which can dose out quite a bit of damage in a short period of time. Its only weakness is a low total ammo count, making it a sprinter, ending fights quickly, but falling short on the endurance rounds. Using the speed pull mags, you can keep the AK-17 in the fight without too much interruption, so you can drain your ammo pool very quickly on targets before switching to a more economic secondary to refill. I'm always complaining about new weapons not being viable choices when it comes to sheer usefulness, and here we have a pack that's gonna make me eat my words. Are these weapons all Death Wish viable? Check, check, and check. Are they all fun to shoot? Yeah. Do they all look good? Pretty much. Did we need them in the game? Not really, no. We already have a bunch of AKs and enough attachments so we can change around the way the current guns work to the point where a paid stat swap isn't adding that much. Do you need them? Not really. You could argue that the new guns are functionally better than previous models, and that brings up a whole set of uncomfortable issues about paying for statistically improved equipment, not to mention that if you were to wait another 3 months, we might get another pack, which would have another set of slightly stat-improved weapons, so why bother buying this one? Ultimately, that's not my biggest issue with the pack. I'm an experience guy. I'm addicted to new experiences within familiar frameworks, and I think that's why most previous Payday 2 DLC has been successful. The Russian weapons pack doesn't bring anything new to the table, only variations on common themes. That makes the choice of weapons for this pack ironic. In the real world, the AK-12 has had problems being adopted universally by Russian armed forces, and despite the appeal of a new modular combat rifle, there seem to be serious logistical, political, and practical reasons for the AK-12 still being under review even after 4 years of post-prototype trials. The generals don't really want them, they still have millions of AK-74s in stock, and the new AK-12 isn't that much different. The AK-12 and the AK-17 share a bound fate. Neither are new enough to warrant investing in them, and as much as I hate playing Armchair General, I'm gonna have to recommend against buying this pack overall. It's just too small and too generic in addition to our arsenal to be worth the current price. The masks don't really help that too much either. They add some lulz factor, but they just look goofy, and the less said about the Reskoya, the better. Overall, it's a pack that's gonna make me sound like a broken record and say, wait till a sale. You don't need them, and your wallet will thank you for passing this one up.
Hang on, wait, I got this.
Trudeau-senpai! Trudeau-senpai! Sugoi!
What the fuck?
Hold on, I need to muster my lolly voice.
Hold on, let me